Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Season 1, Episode 7.
Right.
Yes. I don't think we've usually been saying Season 1, so that. Yes.
But, the fight is coming to a climax.
Miyata versus Ippo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. And we've been clarified that the three knockdowns per round is the way
per
it
round,
goes.
Not total.
This just shows how little I know about boxing
we know nothing,
and stuff.
Jon Snow. So
yes. As you might see, we are dressing rather festive because, spoiler alert, it's actually Christmas Day when we were recording this.
Exactly.
Christmas night,
right.
technically.
Christmas night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we love you guys, so do this all the time. Yes. Yeah. Ippo. He's actually doing really well.
He's doing really well, but I mean, he's not actually going to win.
Yeah, I think he could win, but he probably isn't going to. It makes a lot of sense given that they've been focusing on Miyata character development recently to give him kind of a moment of pushing beyond this, but realizing that this whole fight with Ippo was a wake-up call of sorts. Right. And that...
in many ways, Ippo has already won because he's done so well.
And he's going to get put into the spotlight a bit with the journalist, reporter guy that came to scout things out.
That's right.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys... we got a continuation to a hype fight, so without further ado, let's get into it now. Oh yeah! And we get the Japanese in the subtitles now, thanks to Rappa, best editor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Na nume no mete. Go. Rolling go.
Rolling thunder.
Ha 何も考えずに今を生きるだけの僕を支えておる Street song. Favorite part of the opening, always right there, just like, where'd my food go? I want to die, I've lost my mind. I want feeling, I want feeling. Itsumo. I want to die, I've lost my mind. I want to die, I've lost my mind. Why to die being over? So much English, actually. I love it. Yeah. Rolling go. I get the feeling that at some point Rolling Go is gonna be the most hype thing ever. We're just gonna be Rolling Go. I love how they simulate him being all swollen.
Oh,
He really does look like he's been beaten up a ton. Oh yeah, spit out that blood.
Whew. Imagine Ippo going to school the next day.
Oh, the destructive force of 1 centimeter. Is that a...
That's a
Bruce Lee reference? Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. That's how strong his punches are.
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't get enough force from his legs for the counter punch. Awesome.
I really like how they make Miyata be just moving, all over, very dynamic in motion, as opposed to just sort of sitting there with a still image with
his mouth
some lip
flapping.
flaps.
Yeah. This is Madhouse for you.
Mm-hmm.
Sugoi. Oh. Yeah, just thinking of the viewers, Yeah.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
That's right.
Oh, it's been hell, but look at this. Oh, he's getting in the zone, Yeah, he's in the zone. Oh. Nice, mirroring how they're both coming into this strong. Their Sunday punches. Like their finishers, basically. Dang. Takamura is pretty big when he's in that like baggy outfit, because you can tell like despite it he's still like pushing it out with his arms and his chest. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, nice. It's grappling. Oh, is this gonna come down to a stamina match? That's why he's trying to save energy. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey.
Just it's burning the clock.
It's bonding time too. They can like talk to each other a little bit. Miyata's stabilizing, maybe?
Or is he just way more tired? Oh, he's using it as a way to rest.
Yeah.
During the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Okay, so we basically can assume that the few minutes or whatever the round was passed in that time.
Right.
Which is cool. See, he looks a little bit more put together now.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, cool.
He gave up tempo for a little bit of a breather. Oh, talking about pride, that's a cool thing here.
Right, because Miyata's whole thing is pride, you know. Oh,
first picture he took was of Ippo, not Miyata. I mean, he might have taken a picture of the whole thing already.
Pictures of Miyata already.
Yeah. Is there a little bit of pride involved, though? He was like, watch me, Dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything that he's doing of this style of boxing is to prove that it's good, even though it's a lot more difficult.
Oh. Yeah. Whoa! Whoa! 1, 2, 3!
Oh, man!
Oh! He is circling around him like a predator, like a fierce animal
too. Like,
yeah. Wow. It's like a raptor, except he's not instantly killing him when he hits his gut.
But this episode is called, you know, the power of the 1 centimeter punch or whatever, right? Which is not at all what Miyata's
Or the destructive
doing.
power of 1 centimeter.
Destructive power of 1
Which is
centimeter,
referencing the super short punch.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, hope your abs are ready for this, kid.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to get back out. He won't be able to get back up if he goes down. Oh. Dang. Oh, there goes your mouth guard. Oh.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't speak too soon, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, no rest, no rest.
Oh.
Oh. Whoa, saved by the bell.
Yeah.
Saved by the bell. Yes. Well said, Aoki. Dang. Yeah, he feels alive. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a true mentor right there, where he's actually utilizing Ippo to train Miyata. It's like suctioned to together. The nasal passage. Is he gonna give him another trick, maybe?
I don't think it'd be worth it if he hasn't practiced it.
He just...
Yeah.
Alright, buddy.
Okay.
Alright. This is great!
Yeah.
Like, they took what would have been a relatively simple training fight and oh! Yeah.
Not quite.
Oh, he broke it! Yeah! He's got his camera ready. Footwork! Oh! Oh, no way! Oh! He dodged it! Holy crap! He almost connected! And did you see his eyes behind the camera? He's just like... Oh. What?
Did he graze him, and that's the destructive force of 1 centimeter? Is that what it is?
Oh, the camera's gonna show it. The camera's gonna show it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Oh.
No, but is he gonna...
Oh, no way. The music, can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Whoa. 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 Oh my god. Whoa.
Holy crap. And he
Whoa.
caught... Oh, man. And the photographer caught it all.
I want to hear every bit of explanation as to what
yeah.
happened here.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, he's gonna need to process this.
Mm-hmm.
But holy crap, he won!
He won. He actually did it.
What the heck? Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you should have obliterated him with that uppercut.
Start you over from scratch.
He just fell! He was gonna slap him, and he's not. Oh, that's a perfect end to it.
Oh, yeah.
It was just mental focus keeping him on his feet.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Holy
Got
crap.
every frame of it too, potentially. Like, he got the motion maybe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he could probably have taken
Holy
like
crap.
100 pictures, you know, for all we know, across the
who
entire
knows?
fight. But oh, buddy. In a lot of ways, yes, it was a lucky punch, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. Oh. Watch, this is gonna make him focused and like even more like tenacious to, be stronger and better.
So, we're gonna get to see the pictures,
Yes. Oh! Oh! That's what happened to Ippo.
Uh-huh, yep.
Oh! Oh! He's like, look at the clickbait, I can see it there.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
Whoa, dang.
Chief.
Dang. Wow. I love how there's always one of these characters who's like the manager guy who... What? Oh, you're killing us! You're killing us, show! You're killing us! No, don't do that! I don't want to assume the worst or anything, Oh, buddy.
Can't sleep.
No.
Yeah. Even though he had the living crap beaten out of him.
Oh, this is so great. This is so great. Oh, I love it. Tatsuhiko
I really like this ending.
Urahata. Okay, that's the writer, or the script writer. Oh. Wow. Oh. It's kind of nice having him conveniently have his name on his shirt there. Kimura.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang. Like,
Okay.
Okay. The cool thing about this is there's the kind of that trope of the lucky hit that the protagonist gets that ends up surprising everyone, but that was not... To call it the lucky hit would be like a disservice to what it was, because it was a combination of his creativity, him taking what his teacher had taught him, applying his strengths physically, and then also observing his opponent,
and it
taking
probably
that into account, and having a little bit of also luck involved.
Yeah, like, because it probably wasn't intentional or anything. It worked out very nicely, but he was still able to actually pull off that altered punch.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that was a fantastic episode.
That was so awesome. That was wonderful. I loved that it was the very thing that was used on Ippo. Came back to save his bacon.
Right? Right?
Oh man, that was good. And that the photographer got it all, right? He's thinking it's gonna go one way and he's like, all right, I got this.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then nope, something completely different. Like completely different.
Oh man. I love how like specifically with this episode, they took a mini arc of sorts, which was the fight, really.
Yeah.
This little segment of the story.
Right.
And instead of having it be just the classic bit of like, oh, the rivals with the commentators on the side, and oh, is he doing this? And they kind of do the things that make them parallel with each other. They basically had that be like 30% of the episode. That's about it. The rest of it is actually going into, again, teaching us more of the mechanics and tactics and strategy of boxing itself, with Miyata using the clinching. Like, that was something that I've always seen in, like, Rocky or whatever. And I'm like, I understand the gist of it, but I didn't think also at all, like, how much of it is actually, like, restricting the opponent's ability to hit you with force. Because I always thought it was kind of dumb that they did that because they could just do this. But no, you don't have any strength because your arms are locked in.
Right,
yeah. You can move your forearms, but it's basically just like that. And that's not going to do much at all, really.
Yeah,
and there were a lot of little kind of, I call them world building, because in this show, the sport is the world in that respect.
Yeah, and they did a really good job of alternating or doing a mix and match between Miyata doing the thing, so that way it was a form of showing.
Yeah.
And then also having the people on the sidelines exposit about why it works and all that stuff. But they did both. So when he did something,
yes,
the way they did like his motion of how he was starting to breathe easier and things like that.
Yeah, we could tell before they even commented on it.
Which is a great way to do exposition, because that way it's not absolutely necessary and you can keep it brief because you're already primed for it, you know?
Right.
But it's there just to be that little extra, just in case someone wasn't following along.
Right. And we get rewarded still for paying attention, because the show gives us that gratifying bit of exposition of, are you paying attention to this bit thing here?
Yep.
And we go, ooh, yes.
Yeah, we were right. Exactly.
Yeah. And you were catching on to the tire aspect thing with Miyata. And then I think I was catching on to the fact that I think it was, I don't remember what it was. Maybe well, whatever. But
that was a great fight.
It was
overall.
a great fight.
I'm really surprised at how satisfied I am with how they ended this, because the thing is, when I was thinking about this, right, I'm like, okay, they could have Ippo win.
Sure.
But I kind of don't want them to, right? Because the whole point is that it's an underdog story.
Right.
So it would make a lot more sense for Ippo to lose here. But with the kind of show that this is, because I feel like it's made it quite clear so far what kind of show it is, especially with the ending, it's very wholesome and uplifting, right?
Yes.
It's got a lot of positivity behind it.
Lots of positivity.
So the idea that he is still, this is the story of the person that probably is going to go the distance some way, shape, or form, right?
He's going to go pro.
Exactly. He's going to go pro, especially here with the reporter. That, that's one of those Kairos moment things, right? But with the way that he won, they made it be something where it kind of wasn't his win, right? There were a lot of other factors that he didn't really control. Now, they were only able to happen because of something that he was able to do and do well. So it does
get back up for one.
Get back up for one, and then also actually do that altered uppercut, right? So it does shine on Ippo's abilities and potential as a boxer, right? Which is great, because it still ties back to the main character's proficiency. It's not just
an agency.
Luck. And agency, absolutely. Yes. Because this would not feel earned, because the thing is, it doesn't 100% feel earned, which in some ways makes it feel more earned, because he shouldn't have been able to beat Miyata here in just like a straight, power for power, all that stuff, right? But there was still that part of it that was him, right?
Yes.
That was very much earned. So it makes me hopeful about what they're going to do moving forward, because it's not that, okay, now he doesn't have to worry about Miyata anymore, and Miyata's, useless and is going to be relegated to one more of the side characters or anything. No. This is fantastic. And the way they made it so that Miyata very clearly was disturbed by this, and he's probably going to redouble his efforts to become the best boxer that he can be, is going to make their arcs as characters and as boxers way more interesting. Yeah, but Ippo still won. He
still won.
He did it. At this point, he is, for all intensive purposes, not a pro yet.
No, but they're basically probably going to take this show and fast track him to the pro arena, not necessarily to becoming a pro himself, but into the environment of professionals.
Right. Exactly. Where this is not just a hopeful thing anymore. You are, in fact, a pro. You had people that were believing in you, but it's not belief anymore. They can see it.
Right. But what specifically will end up being really powerful here is the environment he'll be put into. So one of the things I'm excited about is you have characters like Kimura and Aoki and Miyata getting, I would say, kind of encouraged by Ippo to go and press forward. And I say specifically with Miyata, I think actually Ippo is not going to become a pro way before Miyata or anything. I think actually Miyata is going to double down hard on his training and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to enter the professional field, the whole arena of this kind of intensive, boxing stuff at around the same time. And what it's going to be is they're going to encounter each other probably multiple more times throughout the series.
Yeah.
And kind of back and forth utilize each other's drive to push each other forward.
Right, the classic rival story. Yeah.
Right, but the classic rival story where there's no vindictive emotions or negativity. It's something where, yes, there's aggressiveness and
they're very competitive,
and drive and competition. Yes,
Ippo might not be very competitive yet.
Well, That's actually the thing that I think is cool. They have the hopeful, optimistic protagonist, right?
Yeah.
And he is definitely not a go-getter with regards to competition. He's not aggressive. But what they have shown is that he is the indomitable will protagonist. The protagonist that basically says, I'll never give up. And it's kind of inspiring to have those protagonists. But where you can see the competition is the competition with oneself. Someone who essentially competes with their past self and says, no, knees, legs, get up, punches them, you know, like, get up, you know. And that kind of aspect of competition is something that's really, I would say, you know, it's I don't know, it's fulfilling. It fills up your heart with good stuff.
And one of the things that makes it work in this show, just from what we've seen so far, is how they show the impact of the hits, right? And how it affects not the players, the boxers, right?
Okay.
Oh, like that point where Miyata was like breathing heavily and he's just, that was really good, right? And all the times that we've seen Ippo just get beaten into a pulp and just his mind is everywhere and he can hardly stand, right?
Right.
That helps sell the overcoming of the obstacle, right? Because it's not effortless, right? It's not that he just explodes in some burst of energy and then suddenly, you know, your techniques are useless against me and now he wins, right?
Right.
It's that he actually has to fight his way through the pain and, you know, keep his wits about him and just get up one more time.
One of the things I thought that was also really cool here was the idea of focus, willpower, and choice kind of being melded all together here. So Ippo was incredibly focused throughout this fight. And what I noticed was they were trying to showcase how Miyata might have been losing focus as the fight continued.
Okay.
And I would say the way that they showed this really well was there's a part where he comes at this in the first round and they're just kind of trading things there. But then he comes back to his dad and he's like, watch me, Dad, I'm going to do this thing here. He's focused.
Right.
But the thing is that you could say he's not necessarily focused on the match. Because he's focused on telling his dad to watch him do this cool thing. Which he does because he's still focused. But the commentator, the photographer journalist guy, mentions in the next round that he's desiring to win only by knockout. Now, what that means is then at that point, he's actually lost focus on winning the match because at this point, if I assume there's a point system involved, Miyata would win by the point system
if they
here.
just went the full 4 rounds.
If they went the full 4 rounds, the fight would end and Miyata would win.
But in his mind, that's a loss.
In his mind, that's a loss. So the theme that they brought up earlier on, and the journalist was bringing that up about clinching and how that shows that Miyata was kind of swallowing his pride because it's a tactical decision.
Right.
That was potentially thrown away at the last part of the round by him deciding to go by only knockout, which is in and of itself a proud move.
And it wasn't without reason because he's like, I have all the variables, right? If he does try an uppercut, I can avoid it and I can counter and all this stuff.
I've weakened his knees and
exactly.
his
I've systematically taken this guy down, so now I can go for the super cool, you know, finishing like sequence cutscene, right?
Right. And I think
that it just didn't quite work.
I think that was a huge mistake on Miyata's part.
An understandable mistake though, because it's like, of course,
totally. But I think that's something that Miyata's character will get into. If I had to cast ahead Miyata's character here, he's going to look back in this fight. He's going to recognize that those things were a mistake. That he might have let his pride. He might have let the fact that there was his father and a journalist there get into his head a little bit too much. Yeah. Whereas Ippo was completely focused on just, wow, Miyata, Sugoi, he's so cool. Like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, I got to keep going. I just want to get up.
Yeah.
I want to do this more and more. I think that this is something that anime and shonen, I'd say, do a really good job of doing, is the characters with passion. The characters with passion tend to get rewarded for their passion because they also put in the hard work in addition to the passion.
Because the passion can help keep you going when, you know... when the resistance comes in, right? And it sucks and you want to quit and you want to be done.
Yeah, when you get knocked down really hard, like you did in the 3rd round.
Exactly. It's almost like an obsession thing where suddenly, you know, the pain means it's working. and not that that's necessarily where Ippo's at right now.
No.
But he kept getting up, and I love how they made it feel absolutely triumphant every time he got back up, right?
Right.
Miyata thought he wasn't going to get up
me
anymore.
neither. I thought he was done.
I didn't think he was going to get up anymore. But then he did, right? And it's just yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I would
good boy.
I would love to hear, and I'm sure that is definitely the case, but I would love to hear from people that know their stuff. Like have them take a look at this show, like fights like this, and just go, "Hey, like how legit is this?"
Right. It's probably legit, but then like with that extra bit of anime, like extra
maybe
stylization.
Maybe the him keeping getting up, like him still getting up over and over again. That's something you can't really measure, but I would love to hear kind of a professional opinion on this, because one of the things that always fascinates me about these sports and stuff is that the human body is a magnificent thing.
Yeah.
It's an incredible thing. And I'm always blown away by what the human body just seems capable of doing when focused in these specific areas, right? And the idea that Ippo's punches were all potentially fatal, like that was a comment that was made.
I think they were talking about from the standpoint of the match itself, you know.
I am with you, Jacob. I'm totally with you. But I think what they were more saying is that Miyata recognized that the punches he was throwing were so monumentally different than the punches he threw 3 months ago that it was actually like giving him like fear, genuine fear.
Yeah. If he hits me once, I'm probably going to go down.
Right.
And I might not get back up.
Like that, the jaw hits they were talking about way back when they were talking about the brain bouncing around and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the fact that just the connection on the tip of the jaw, because it was at that angle or whatever, or it was that tip
coming
driving
up on the chin.
Well, yeah, it was like the very like tipmost here, and because that like rattled the connection here, I guess, with the jaw. It messed him up.
Yep.
But they also said that if it wasn't Miyata, if it was a regular boxer taking
they wouldn't
that
have
punch,
gotten out of the way enough, and then it would have just been a straight connection. Yeah.
But they said it might have been like, they gave like vague terminology.
What is it? They said that could have been a disaster.
That could have been like a disaster. And when I hear disaster, I think like slightly permanent damage. And I know that like the body can take a ton of beating. I'm sure,
especially for people that do this for a living.
Yeah, exactly. But this is something that I found just to be consistent with where they've set up Ippo throughout this. Like, he has no superpower. He has right now no distinct thing about him that makes him just really good.
Right, other than maybe his ability to keep getting back up. Yeah.
Right. But what we've learned here is that they set up early on, like, you've got a good amount of muscle. You're a strong boy.
Yeah, you can make those hard punches that connect.
And when he punched the
picture?
No, when he punched the punching bag.
Yeah, with the picture on it.
Yeah. He pulverized it. This guy is strong, and he listens to instruction.
Right, he's able to have his body do what people tell him to have it do.
That's something we all wish, I think, we had.
Because it's weird. Like, you can have someone tell you to do something, but if your body hasn't actually done it before, it's not as easy as just saying, all right, cool, I'm going to do that, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that he can do it with just like, oh yeah, this is how you punch. You need to do all these different things. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3.
He breaks it down mechanically in his head and just does it. This is kind of exciting. Like, I'm vicariously getting into the idea of Ippo's prospects in the future, like the journalist here. I'm getting into the hype.
I kind of wanted to see they still addressed it, so that's fine. I kind of wanted to see, once they talked about the chief editor being furious, and have him sort of come in and be like, no, bro, let me tell you. You know, and he probably still wouldn't have cared, because it's still just a nobody, boxing match.
Right.
It's not even like official or anything like that. Yeah. But he's got those pictures though. He's got those pictures.
He does. He does. Yeah. He's like, I have this boy Makunouchi Ippo's first knockout.
Oh yeah.
Of his ever boxing.
Yeah, he's like, this is
anything.
gonna be big. You know, this boy, he's gonna go far.
Yeah.
And the idea that he's like, I'm not even just excited as a reporter, I'm just excited as a fan. Like,
yeah,
that was really cool.
That is a cool thing, because he had heard of Miyata. He had come to this gym a couple times.
Yep.
So he knew Miyata was good. And he was ready to essentially give Miyata the opportunity for that little blurb in his article. And he's like, yep, I'm going to do that. And now I'm actually curious if he's going to come back at some point in the future and be like, hey, Ippo, I'm going to talk with your manager here, but Kamogawa, you want me to set up some fights in the future once you've got him a little bit more trained up and more, professionally kind of topped off? And he'd be like, Ippo, you game? And Ippo would be like, I'm game. And he's going to be like, all right.
Yep.
Let's get into this.
It's going to be crazy.
I'm hyped for it. So, guys, this is a great episode. This is a fantastic show. They're really getting us into the hype of not only the boxing world, but just our main character and where he's going to take this story. And that's a great thing to have 7 episodes into your long-running sports shonen thing. So, well done. Well done, Hajime no Ippo. You've got us in your corner. So, guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. Hang out. If any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.